What's happening, guys? So today we're going to talk about ACB and why it's going to make new highs in the future. All right. Things are looking gloomy. 189. Everyone's kind of fearful. Could crack down. This is exactly what I like looking for. I like the underdog. I like the turnaround story. I made most of my money from AMD, and that was totally underdog story. Like, new CEO, brought it from the ground up. And I feel like ACB is in the same category. It's just gotten beat up, or the whole cannabis sector. It was just popping back in, like a year or 2 years ago, and I never got in. You know, I didn't know it was a bubble, but clearly it was a bubble once it started nosediving in the past 8 months. And, you know, a lot of people, the consensus on stock twits, like a lot of people, they bought way too early. And this tells me a lot. Like, if you didn't sell your position and buy back lower, that means that you're not using technical analysis. Like, seriously, like this thing was telling you this is a downtrend the whole time. Like, it just stayed below the moving average the whole time on the lower part of the Bollinger Band. Like, I don't, there's just, why would you buy anywhere here? You got to look at the long term technical analysis. It's so important. A lot of new traders, they only look at like the 1 minute, 1 day is like the longest they look outward. I like looking at the max, the whole picture, all right? It tells you so much. And long term, this was going down, but you guys were watching like the 2 hour or the 1 hour or the 4 hour, and it just like you guys didn't know. It's like expand a little bit. This thing was clearly bearish. You need to sell your position. Like right here was tricky. When it gets away that far from the moving average, you might think, okay, it's time for it to make a attempt, but it didn't even do that. It just freaking tanked. And yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, this MACD is a telltale that you shouldn't buy. So the people that waited till now and saw the inverse head and shoulders, this actually takes some skill. We saw this was a bear trend, so we waited. It's really not that complicated. So now that we're in is because of the inverse head and shoulder. I like that textbook stuff, but the inverse head and shoulder is a very powerful technical analysis tool that technical analysis driven traders use to signal as a reversal. All right? Not this pattern over here, not this one right here. This is exactly what we're looking for. If it fails, it's just going to be one of those moments where it's just like, okay, technical analysis doesn't always work. All right? But there's some stuff. So there's some other stuff because we got Nelson Peltz. We got Mondelez. I honestly think we're going to have weed Oreos in the future. THC Oreos. There's a lot of potential for ACB, and I really like how they're focusing on the edibles and the concentrates. They're also focusing on vaporizers. So that's actually something Canopy isn't even doing. Canopy, they're focusing on beverages because they got $4 billion from Constellation and they own 38% of the company. They can't even drop their beverage. Like, they said it was a supply issue or a scaling issue. I can understand that. You want a lot of bottles of your drinks on the shelves and ready to stock. But it shouldn't be a month delay. They're saying that it's going to take until February 14th. That is something really sketchy. Like, this, I really feel like the stock price should be tanking because they're not even supplying vapes. They're just selling like chocolates because they got the Hershey's factory in Canada, pumping out high quality chocolates, and they're really just banking on the beverages, but they can't even drop that. So something's up. I feel like the analysts that upgraded CGC the other day when I made the 12,000, something's up. Why would you upgrade it to outperform when they flop their beverage drop? All right. You feel me on that? There's something being planned by the banks. I mean, when we get those huge gap ups, that's all the banks buying. And then we're going to get another gap up because all of retail is buying. All right. I'm not going to be buying because I'm already in. All right. I'm going to get 100% profit, pretty much. All of the profit. I'm not going to be chasing. I'm just going to be sitting back and relaxing and watching this thing run up. Or it might crack downwards if the technical analysis fails. Aurora, this is their website. They're going to make new highs because they're supplying the edibles. They're capitalizing on the edibles market right now. And the cannabis oils, soft gels, vaporizers. They actually have a lead. And get this. There's right on the front, it says, medical cannabis shouldn't be costly, inconsistent, or difficult to access. And recently, on a report, they said they're stressing quality over quantity. And we're talking about Aurora. They have the biggest grow house facilities in the game. No one compares. They dwarf everybody, all right? So, and they're focusing on quality. Obviously, you gotta focus on quality. That's how you get return customers. People know quality, especially experienced users. Aurora is going the right direction, and they just have a lot of upside because they have international deals. I'm talking 24 international deals. That's something other companies aren't doing, all right? International strategy. When we talk about companies, we talk about scale, disruption. How can it disrupt a whole industry? And with cannabis, obviously, you need to go international. It's the only way. You can't just stay in Canada. Aurora's got a head start. They've got 24 clients overseas, but they definitely need to figure things out in Canada first before they do that. This leads me to my next point. The reason why they need all that growing power. I literally should name this video Aurora is the Tesla of Canada because they have a gigafactory to pump out for the whole world, all right? And they have the most clients right now, and they're capitalizing on the edibles, the concentrates. These are all super high margin. And I cannot forget about the vapes. They get a gram of weed for like 80 cents, all right? When they do all that filtration and distillates and make the live rosin and the concentrates, all that stuff they're selling, it is super profitable, okay? People are honestly going to another direction. They want to ingest the products. It's just more convenient. It's not saying, hey, I'm over here taking my medicine because everyone can smell it. You just take CBD drops or even THC drops. Literally put it under your tongue. So to get started, simply place the desired dose under your tongue or try mixing it with food. It's just a convenience factor now. So I don't know if CGC is going the right route. I don't know if any of these companies are going the right route into the unknown of the beverage industry with THC. Like, imagine drinking 3 to 6 THC beverages. Like, I can do that with beer. You know what I mean? Because beer actually tastes good, and that's what you do with beer. You binge drink beers and craft beers. I don't know about binge drinking a pina colada THC drink. You know what I mean? I mean, granted, they're very small servings. I think they're talking like 350 milliliters for some of Canopy's Tweed products. How many of these do you need to drink? I know it's not one. You gotta drink like, yeah, 10 milligrams. Come on. Like, don't you need way more than that? Like, you know, obviously. So, um, we don't know how this is going to do. All right. So, ACB is actually betting on the tried and true, which is concentrates, edibles, and vape products. You know, there's definitely vape scare. Some of these dips are from vape news. You know, people are dying and stuff, but you know, people die from cigarettes and everything is still going on with them. That's as easy as an argument as it gets. So people are going to get over it and they're still going to buy the cigarettes, they're still going to buy the vapes, and guess who is capitalizing on it now? Aurora. We mentioned before, they like it cheap for their customers. They're thinking about them. $45 a cartridge. In Colorado, in America, they go as high as $90. Even higher for some like live resin vaporizers. You know, obviously they only have two. If they're making a lot of sales of vapes, that means they're making good profit because the extractions and whatever goes into the vape, it just increases the margin so much, especially with the concentrates. Anything that's produced after the dried cannabis is just the better route to go. And we don't know how Canopy and Cron, you know, how they're going to do with the beverages. It's the unknown. So I like betting on what's known. And in America, edibles, concentrates, and vape products, they're doing well. It's just a matter of fact. So look, guys, Aurora is the leader of the pack. As its expected annual run rate of more than 150,000 kilos, predicted 500 kilos, but obviously they need to open more stores, more flagship stores. They need to distribute more to the international before they move up to and ramp up to that type of volume. Look at all these grow houses or grow areas. 48,000, 120. Aurora Sun, 150,000 kilos. That's their largest operation over there. So they're striving for 1 million kilograms. You know, that's not out of the question. They're trying to sell to the whole world. And Canopy cannot even get a beverage drop on time. You would think the old CEO would have lined it up for David Klein to drop that beverage when it was supposed to, but now it's delayed 1 month. I'm telling you, if they delay it another month, it's just going to tank, and Aurora and Canopy are going to trade places. Just like how people are betting how AMD and Intel are going to trade places one day. I honestly think AMD is going to be a $100 stock one day. All right. And if Intel keeps messing up, they're going to switch places. Here's some key information from one of these articles. So the delayed beverage launch from Canopy, it's not going to affect anything that ends until March 31st. So that's good for them. Until then, maybe that's when it should start correcting itself, because I feel like Canopy is in a little of a bubble right now in comparison to ACB, of course. But you know, they did get that cash infusion and everything from Constellation, and that's why they can't even drop these stupid drinks. I mean, I would like to try it. I'm gonna fly out to Canada and go to Edmonton and try some of this stuff. What do I want to try? Yeah, I definitely want to hit the MK Ultra. And then I'm going to try their vape products. I'm going to get both of these. And I would do edibles. Apparently the grape gummies are super fire. And the raspberries. We got the mints as well, man. They're thinking out the box. I'm telling you, man, with Nelson Peltz, you never know what's going to happen. We're going to get CBD, THC, Nutter Butters, all right? Talk like everyone's going to love ACB products, you feel me? But anyways, guys, thanks for liking the video. Really helps my channel grow. Subscribe for more. Hit the notification bell because I'm obviously posting videos quite frequently. You don't want to miss this shit because things can change on a dime. I would say that. You gotta watch the market. Drop a comment if you guys have any insight. I will see you guys next video. Peace.